House of Cards, Series 1, Part 2. Let's talk about it. What's going on, people? It's been a while. I've been a little bit under the weather and haven't done a video in a couple of days. I'm going to try to be more consistent and upload more and more videos because there's just so much that's happening in licensed NFTs that I want to cover it, you know. So this is going to be a video on House of Cards, the Veve drop that's going to come out in about 23 hours as of the making of this video. So there are a few cards here that I really want. So we will start off with the ultra rare on Anne Boleyn, Emmeline Packhurst, and Frida Kahlo, Harriet Tubman, and I know I just butchered that name, and I looked it up before I did the video, so I didn't butcher the names, but I did it anyway. Joan of Arc, Mulan, of course, Pocahontas, and Elizabeth I. So this is something that I kind of wanted for Black History Month. I wanted something a little bit more artistic, and I'm happy that they did this for Women's Month. You know, Rewind, I'm glad that they took the initiative and did something amazing for Women's History Month, and it wasn't just comic books, you know, or it wasn't just Marvel figures. This was amazing, and I think going forward we should have something artistic for everything that we're going to celebrate. You know, for me personally, the ones that I want is Harriet Tubman. Mulan is dope too, and they're interactive as well. So, not interactive, sorry, they're animated as well, and I like that a lot. You know, I saw some of the animations. I was trying to pull up online the animations, and I couldn't find it on the Medium article or the Veve's Twitter. But if I do, I'll just add it towards the end of the video or a video update or something like that. I think Joan of Arc is cool. You know I'm biased towards Harriet Tubman. Look, she looks so man, I wish I could zoom in, and I know it's just gonna do the coming soon scene, you know. But you know, I like that kind of like Technicolor glow that's behind her a little bit. I did a little bit of research on Frida, and I thought her story was a little bit inspiring. How, you know, she got hurt in a bus accident, a car accident, and her dad constructed this contraption so she was in the hospital bed, and she was able to draw and everything like that. And I thought that was really, really inspiring, you know, for someone like that. And she had physical problems to begin with. I think one of her legs was a different size than the other, and I thought that was a pretty interesting story. You know, of course we know Pocahontas' story, Queen Elizabeth's story as well. Now, what had me in ruffles was Anne Boleyn, and I think I'm saying her name correct. I was trying to do a little bit of research on each particular one, and the first one that came up was Anne Boleyn's, and I was like, okay, I don't know too much about her. Let's see what she's done. And the first thing that I did when I Googled is, you know, a white woman came up, and I looked at the picture. I was like, that doesn't look like her at all. And it's a little distorted, and I could be wrong. I could be 100% wrong on this one, but this looks like a woman of color. And, you know, if you guys haven't noticed, I'm a black guy. And, you know, we talk about representation, and, you know, I'm not a black woman, but for me, this isn't representation as a black person. You take someone who historically is white and turn them black. That doesn't do anything for me, because there's so many women that we could have taken from history and highlighted them. And what I liked about this collection is that they highlighted women that were notable in their culture, but it's brought it allows it enlightened me as to find out who these people were, and to do that to Anne Boleyn is, I think, it's a disrespect to her as a historical figure, but it's also disrespectful to all the historical black women out there. Like, who I would want to see, Madam C.J. Walker. Madam C.J. Walker has contributed a lot to the industrial and just giving black women a opportunity to be a businesswoman, and she led entire women in the business industry. She's kind of similar to Emmeline Packhurst. While she did it for voting rights, Madam C.J. Walker revolutionized an industry of hair products for black women. And I thought that would be a big story, like a big person to highlight. Or if you wanted to do like Queens or something like that, there's not millions, there's tons of black queens from African cultures that you could have highlighted and brought light to. So like, I'm waiting for the card to come out. Maybe the distortion is throwing me off, but she looks like a woman of color. And I think you missed an opportunity to highlight a true woman of color, opposed to just giving us a false representation. I'm okay with race-bending comic book characters, only if the comic book character doesn't have a significance. Like if he's someone like Deadshot. Now, Deadshot wasn't a huge DC character, and I think Will Smith brought him a little bit to the forefront. I'm okay with things like things like that, for like B-tier characters, to give them a fresh outlook and everything like that. I love what they did with who Samuel Jackson played, and why with Nick Fury. Nick Fury traditionally was white, and then they did the not the 616. They did why am I drawing a blank to the universe? They did that alternate universe, the Ultimate Universe, and they made him after Samuel Jackson in that one. I thought that was so cool because both characters existed in different universes. What they did with Superman in terms of, and I can't remember what's his name now, in Earth 2, I thought that was dope too. The Superman of Earth 2, he's black. And I want to say they have two black Supermen. One is a president, and one, he's just black, and he's a pacifist. And that they gave him his own storyline and everything like that. Val-Zod. Yeah, that was his name, Val-Zod. They gave him an entire storyline different from Clark Kent's storyline. And, I thought that was amazing. So I'm okay with, and that's probably not even a true race bend. It's introducing a new character from a similar background as an existing character. So I'm okay with stuff like that. But what they just did with House of Cards, I'm not highly upset, but I think that they missed an opportunity there. They missed an opportunity there to highlight someone of color. It didn't even have to be a black woman in my eyes. This is for women, and you guys can speak in about it down below. And if you think that I'm dead wrong and you're okay with this representation, let me know. And then I'll just shut up and issue an apology video. But I think you missed an opportunity to highlight true, whether it's black women, and I can't tell, her face is distorted. Her features and her skin tone, they could be an Indian representation. But one of the reasons why I also think that it was, they did it to represent a black woman, is because of what they did in the BBC. I think it was the BBC, TV show, is that and she's a great actress. Let me see if I can bring this up. I've been having problems with my browser. Okay. And that's why I didn't use the browser on this one, because I've just been having problems kind of bringing things up. let's see if we can get this, is that, and it can't scroll, is that this is the actress that plays her in the TV series that they did recently. I think they took inspiration from that, and from the feedback that I found online, people weren't too happy with it either. And it wasn't just people who have like a racist view or anything like that. It was a lot of people of color who weren't too happy with it too, because they feel like we do. We have representation. We have people who in this period were tutors and that you could have highlighted, but you chose to race bend a character opposed to give us accurate, so we can be like, oh, we exist in history other than slavery. And that's where the disconnect is that we want representation, but we want representation of us, so we can say, oh snap, that's what we did, that's what we accomplished. And that's just how I feel about it. I could be wrong. Let me know down below. Like, subscribe, and all that jive. This is Kem from Project Blue, and I'll see you guys in another one. Peace.
Only home.